Welcome to the road least traveled. My name is Suli and I'm your host. In this podcast, I share with you what I've learned in my journey of spiritual awakening, and I hope that it helps you in yours. So stay with me. Let's figure this thing out together. I've had many opportunities to awaken. Some experiences were what you can say good, and some were horrific. Today, I want to tell you a story that will probably stay in my mind for the rest of my life. And it's one of many stories of my travels in India. Can you hear my dog howling? She does this every time I do my recordings. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Nothing a good stern wag of a finger won't do. So, I was on my way to the Taj Mahal, walking along the streets of Agra. The distinct smell of India, hot masala chai, golden deep-fried puri, cloves, aniseed, curry leaves, jasmine, sandalwood, the smell of decay and rotting garbage, the dogs, pigs, donkeys, peacocks adding to the already crowded streets, and cows lying in the middle of the road, the rattling of bells on anything that moves, the endless honking of traffic. Here, beauty surpasses ugliness, and ugliness surpasses beauty. I think because India contains the polarities of life, it offers us a glimpse into ourselves. I find India beautiful not only because of the physical beauty of its buildings, art, philosophy, or the richness of its ancient culture, but that it tells the truth in all its beauty and ugliness. I mean, true beauty is not superficial. It's a mess, a tangle of both beauty and ugliness. Now, when I say ugliness, I really don't mean to be derogatory. I think most beautiful situations bear a lot of scars. What I mean is that it contributes to the depth of what true beauty is. My heart skipped a beat when I saw the first shimmering whiteness of the Taj Mahal in the distance. I wanted to prolong this anticipation, so I stopped to grab a bite at a food stall. And there was this street kid of about 10 standing nearby, watching me. She was in dirty rags. Her hair was thick and grey with dust. Every time I looked at her, she lowered her eyes and concentrated very hard on peeling her orange. Finally, when she glanced at me, I smiled and teasingly stretched out my palm to her, just like all the other street kids that did that to me asking for money. And without hesitation, she split her orange and placed one half onto my palm. When I got to the Taj Mahal, I just couldn't help wondering if this most stunning and elegant declaration of love in history would have been so lovely to look at if it hadn't been for that half an orange. I'm very careful not to sound like I'm romanticizing my view of India. I've seen truly heart-wrenching stuff that shouldn't be glossed over, that shouldn't be seen and then forgotten as part of your holiday that no longer exists in your life. We're all a part of this. We choose to help if we can, and if we can't, we do some introspection. There was one thing that struck me more than anything else, and it was always this. I didn't return to my comfortable life thinking how lucky I was. It wasn't that I was ungrateful for what I had, but what kept nagging at me always at the back of my mind throughout the years was, what is the secret of these people's peace of mind and happiness despite having so little? Now I know. They never drank the Kool-Aid. But before I continue, I want to reiterate that I'm no spiritual expert, not a guru, a therapist, or a psychologist, okay? I'm still work in progress and will always be. And this is why I welcome feedback, because while most are assuring and so delightful to read, and please don't stop, one or two have been challenging, not rude, but some comments do challenge my perspective. And I really like that because I learn from my listeners too. So I really hope that this can be a learning channel for both my listeners and myself. If you want to give me your honest opinion, please feel free to do so. I also want you to know that I really appreciate every single one of you. So thank you for subscribing and for being here. I just hope that I've brought some value to you. The reason I started this channel was to assure those on this path that they're doing okay. and comforted that they're not alone. I mean, this journey can be so lonely when you haven't yet found your soul tribe. And many people at the beginning of spiritual awakening do feel terrified and isolated. Listen, don't give up. If you're on this journey, then you're slurping the last drops of Kool-Aid. You're tethering between no more, and oh, but it is delicious. This is where you need a lot of support to keep you on the path away from this global scam. It's tough, I'm not going to lie. The temptations are real, and the price for walking away is pretty high, but I assure you it's worth it. I do realize that many people will have committed to a material lifestyle that makes it difficult to give up. Some people find that they've bitten off more than they can chew and they just can't walk away from their responsibilities. I respect that. I understand that. But go travel, see how others live. We don't have to deliberately get into horrific circumstances to awaken, We can still enjoy material comforts. But I'll tell you something for nothing. The first world problems we have and needing to work harder to be able to buy luxuries or keeping up with appearances. Is it scary to give them up? Hell yeah. I mean, these so-called must-haves are designed to brainwash us into believing that's what gives us our worth and security. But it's a scam. The ones in power don't want us to awaken. George Orwell, author of the novel 1984, said, and I'm paraphrasing here, I can't remember verbatim what he said, but it was something like, to control people, use fear and pain. But Aldous Huxley, author of Brave New World, believed that to control people, give them what they love. I find that chilling. So this is where we are, given shiny things to look at, to buy, to get hooked on, to feel insecure when we don't have them. These are the distractions that we've grown to love. To control people, give them what they love. Some people work so hard that at the end of the day, they feel they deserve $1,000 shirts, $2,000 shoes, holidays in Saint-Tropez, or a few hours of mindless scrolling to wind down. But I'll tell you another thing for nothing. Traveling, being physically there, gives us the perspective that online content never will. When you've covered enough ground, experienced enough in real life, you will have made a full circle and returned to yourself. That's when you discover that your internal landscape is so much more vast, so much richer. I'm not suggesting you go to extreme to be able to find peace, but consider this. When you don't have a mountain heap of money, no mansion in Monte Carlo, when your clothes are like 20 years old and have seen 2 cycles of fashion come back, when on some days you might even struggle to pay the bills, and yet most days, regardless of circumstances, you feel that you have more than enough. You have found yourself, and you're no longer a part of this global scam. And ironically, abundance will come your way. Why do you think that is? Because you know how to handle it without losing yourself. So do let me know your thoughts. What's your take on this? Whether you agree or you don't, or if you found this helpful, whatever. As I said earlier, this is a learning channel for me as well as it is for you. You take care now, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for listening. If you found this of value, please follow and share it.